Hello there, I'm Robert from Dolphin Street. Today we're going to look at one way that you can play a blues guitar rhythm. Check this out. That's it. And the chords that I'm using, E7, A7, and make sure you use your thumb here to mute the low E string. So when you're strumming, you're not getting the low E string to ring. And I'm also using a B7 here, the 5 chord, B7. And the trick to not get the E string ringing when you're strumming this chord is to let your middle finger touch the low E string just a little bit as you fret down on the 2nd fret on the A string. That way you can strum and freely without getting that low E string ringing. Okay, so what's special about this kind of playing is really not the chords necessarily, it's the rhythm, the right hand rhythm. So what we got to look at is how we can get this kind of groove happening. You know, I have accents on certain spots when I'm strumming. So what I'm doing is I'm playing first, I'm trying to hit the low E string, and my hand is going up and down as much as possible, so I don't do a double downstrokes. So up and down. So you can hear it's like boom, bop, 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 boom. That's the rhythm really, the phrase, the rhythmic phrase that I'm doing. Boom, bop, 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 boom, 2, 3, 4, boom, bop, 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 boom. Right? That repeats throughout this whole progression. I'm just changing the chords. So you got to work on the right hand. So after I hit that low E string first, then I hit the whole chord, but I do a quick mute right away. And I'm muting by lifting off my left hand fingers a bit, but I'm also using my right hand to kill the sound right away. And it's a little bit tricky to get used to this style of playing if you're new to it. I mean, once you learn this style of playing, you're gonna be really happy that you know it, and you're gonna have a lot of use for it. But in the beginning, I know it might be a little tricky to really get a feel for it. But don't give up. Just let your right hand go up and down and focus on those accents. Boom, bop, 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 boom. Okay, so we have those 2 accents are on upstrokes. Sorry, I gotta think about what my right hand is doing. If I think too much, it's actually I tend to play it differently. So let me just play it my normal way. So you can see those accents are on upstrokes. And then after that figure, I'm just basically playing the low E string. My hand is still moving up and down. But you could actually mute all strings and just go like a Stevie Ray Vaughan. He did that a lot of times when he played rhythm in between the chords, just up and down with muted strings. But you can also have the low E string ringing a little bit. What I mean is you can play up and down and try to hit that low E string, and you mute the other 5. But at the same time, you make sure that you play short notes on the E string, so you don't play, but instead. And the way I do that is just my right hand is touching the E string kind of randomly, really. You just got to keep that time going. Okay, so we have and there I go up to the 3rd fret and the 4th fret on the low E string, and then back to open again. And that leads into that 4 chord, the A7. And here I go back to the E7, and that's G and F sharp, 3rd fret and 2nd fret on the low E string. Back into. And the leading notes for the B7 is A, B flat, and B. On the A string, open, 1st fret, and 2nd fret, and that's where you want to use your middle finger, so you can grip that B7 right after. And again, make sure that the middle finger is touching the low E string a little bit, so you mute that so you can strum. And that I did the walk down here again with G and F sharp, 3rd fret and 2nd fret on the low E string. And then we're back to the, and then it starts over. And then that's the whole progression. I mean, the chords, I'm sure you know, they're nothing special. So what's the trick here is to figure out how to use your right hand in a dynamic way with good timing and put the accents on the right spot. So let me show you a little bit more up close how we play this whole thing. And you want to see my right hand a bit closer, I bet. Okay, so I'll play it through once and you can check out what my right hand is doing. And there it starts over. And here's my left hand. Okay, so the concept is fairly simple, but it can be a little bit tricky in execution. So my advice is to just practice strumming back and forth, up and down, and don't worry too much about the chord and if you hit extra strings or not enough strings and so on. That's really almost secondary, really. What really matters here is that you have really good time. The right hand is going up and down. Like that the whole time. You can stomp your foot, tap your foot along to the beat. Move your whole body if you have to. It's good. Because timing is everything. And then you throw in those accents on the upstroke. So even if you play an extra accent or not enough, it really is not a big deal. Just switch the chords where they need to come and keep your right hand going up and down and it'll be all good. All right, thanks for checking out this lesson and check out more at dolphinstreet.com. I'll see you soon.